All right, y'all. We're gonna hop right off into the nonsense and go right on down the rabbit hole with the flat Earth theories and the ice wall. Uh, uh, More than intrigued by all of this. So yeah, join me as we travel down the rabbit hole for the night.
I'm going to show you a leaked photo beyond the ice wall as well as who exactly sent it. And this place exists alongside one of the actual areas on the ice wall where there's land, but we're not sure which gate or area in Antarctica this actually is. Now, this isn't a new photo. I'm going to show that one to you next, but this is the one that came out about a year ago, and a lot of people actually think that this one is real. It shows vegetation, an ice wall, and an advanced egg-like type city going on back there. Now, here's the new photo of what is supposedly beyond the ice wall, which shows vegetation next to ice, which is what Admiral Byrd talked about when he flew over Antarctica. And a lot of people are thinking that this is actually up close to that egg-like type city. And now let me tell you who actually leaked this photo. The person who leaked it on their Telegram was Valiant Thor, who, if you've never heard of him, he's from Venus supposedly, and he came to Earth in the 1950s. I also did a reverse image search to see if this was from Greenland or something, but I couldn't find anything, and that's because this is unlike anything we've ever seen before, where there's ice right next to healthy green vegetation. It'd have to be
What y'all think of that so far? Is that AI or no?
super cold for the ice to stay in a formation just like that. And I also don't think this is AI generated because there's no abnormal.
He don't think so. I'm a little skeptical on the first one so far, but we're gonna keep it rocking.
Abnormalities in the grass or anything.
Let me start by saying y'all got way too much time on your hands when you're arguing over whether or not the earth is flat or round or not. It's all just a good fun. Let's have some fun. It's for entertainment purposes and everything. So, let's see what's going on. Let's hear this next guy out.
I still haven't convinced you that Antarctica isn't a continent, but an ice wall that surrounds our level, flat realm? Well, stick around. We're going to get into it a little more, and hey, that's a funny name for an island. Let's start by looking at this little known fact. Do you know that Antarctica is the highest continent on Earth? The average elevation is 8,200 feet. That's pretty interesting. Not only is it the highest,
I don't know where he got that fact from, but if it was actually a fact, that is a pretty interesting fact. Seems like all those, what's the mountain that everybody always want to climb? Oh, they got that big old line at the end of it every year. You know what I'm talking about? Not K2. Mount St. Helens out here with me. Yeah, come on now. I feel like not Mount Rushmore. Come on, gun to your head. Think of the mountain that everybody climbs every year, and they can't get down off of that bad boy. What is that mountain called? Golly, why? If I was on a trivia show right now, I'd be losing it. Hold on, just a second. Y'all, I can't believe I had to pause that. You ain't gonna believe it. Only took me a second after I paused it. It's Everest. Dang it. Get back to it.
but it's the highest by a landslide by over 1,000 feet. Now, why would that be? Could it be that you're living on something like this, where water lays level like it always does, and it's surrounded by a container known as Antarctica? You need to ask yourself, have you been programmed to believe something that isn't true? because we always see that water lays level. It never looks like this, no matter how far you can see straight out or left or right. Water is always level. And did you know in 1946, the United States government sent a fleet?
I wouldn't know. I've never been that far into the ocean. Anybody that's ever been like, a merchant marine or maybe in the service, like in the Navy or something, is that what it looks like when you're way out there in the middle of nowhere? Just flat. Let me know.
Fleet of Navy ships down to the Antarctic ice wall and not continent in a little operation called Operation High Jump. That's a curious name for a continent.
Who blazed the way for Operation High Jump, the great expedition of 1946-47.
A Periscope film. I like that. They got all the military stuff on there. It's a little cool little channel.
Admiral Byrd was officer in charge of the project. The rest of the Argosy pushed on, right up to the ice barrier of the Ross Sea. Up to the ice barrier of the Ross ice barrier.
The one thing I would tell you is that the propaganda in this country is out of control. So, no matter what it is that you believe, it's probably ass backwards anyways. So have some fun with it.
Barrier of the Ross Sea shelf.
You see, they say that operation was about potentially seeking out and destroying a German base down there. But what I believe it was is exploration past the ice wall and seeing what was beyond, because we didn't know at that point. And what I think happened is they found the firmament. They found the barrier keeping us all here in this realm. Because the stories that came back after Operation High Jump were highly suspicious. They talked about seeing alien crafts and things like that, even to the point where Admiral Byrd put out a statement saying that he was worried that attacks in the future could be coming from the air, not the sea. You see, I don't think this Operation High Jump was about anything but testing the limits of where we live. Just like the Tower of Babel in the days of old when they were trying to reach the heavens, I think they were experimenting to see if there's a way out of this realm we live in. Just like SpaceX and NASA are doing when they're sending things up to test the firmament. They're not going to space because space isn't what you think. You've been programmed to think that we live in this realm with infinite space, and you're programmed so deeply that you believe water can curve over a ball and that we're moving 1,000 miles per hour. It's not true. We live in a level, flat realm, where Antarctica isn't a continent, but an ice wall that surrounds you. And if you like this content, or things like it, and you're interested in some gear, check out my store, fittestflatearther.com.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give him a follow. That wasn't half bad. So, alright, I think we're gonna close this one out with this brother right here and see what he's talking about real quick. So let's listen up. I got some other videos I want to get to in a little bit, so we'll see what this is going with. All right.
Remember, I told you in the map we live inside the ice ring. Antarctica is the ice ring around. Okay, these ice walls are breaking down. You have us in the middle. There's the ice ring around us, which they tell us is Antarctica. All right, and then outside of that ring, you have more land and more of us. And then they have another ice ring around them. Okay, with more of us on that side. So we separated into three. But the gods and goddesses that are locked in the middle of the ice ring through ice walls, their ice wall, which separates us from them, is melting down. And it's going to melt down completely during the 8th. During this little 9-day war, everybody goes within and listens to the voices that we all know is there, but nobody likes to listen to. We'll go through that portal. We'll stay in that portal a lot longer. But if not, we'll only be in there 9 days. The Kundalini energy is rising on the planet, and we are going through the Lionsgate portal of Leo. This portal is a portal of a scientific awakening. But we're going to go through this portal for about between 9 and 19 days. And the length of us going through the portal depends on the way every soul and spirit on this planet reacts to us, reacts to the portal as we go through. If enough people tap into the right frequency, tap into themselves, go within their deepest selves, focus on voices within that everybody knows is there but nobody likes to listen to. It's a grand shift because certain polar caps in what they call ice walls will completely disappear as we go through this portal.
Any free soul unbound by limits is welcome to join us in this cosmic journey.
Well, that was just, y'all never cease to amaze me. That was interesting. I'm more than fascinated by all of this stuff. I'm getting a kick out of it. Appreciate you guys being here, jumping down the rabbit hole with me. Throw your boy a like and subscribe. And we'll get at you next time. Let's get some more videos done up tonight. And we ain't got to do nothing this weekend. Get dig.